Mika, will you order for me? I need to go and powder my nose.
Sure, Grandma. We'll have 2 of your plant-based burgers, please.
So many choices. When I was your age, everything was simpler. There's no place for technology at the dinner table, and certainly no place for it on my plate. Oh, thank you. That looks wonderful. Try not to eat too much red meat anymore. Once in a while, I still enjoy it. This is delicious. I bet this beef came from a local farm.
I don't think so, Grandma. This is plant-based meat. It came from a lab.
Excuse me?
Advances in food technology are already available in many parts of the world today. Plant-based meats, products made with insect protein, milk alternatives, and innovative farming techniques are taking off all over the world. If these innovations are developed responsibly and with the health of the consumer in mind, it might soon be much easier to be a sustainable eater. Among the most talked about recent advances in food science are the next generation of plant-based meat alternatives. Vegetarian meat alternatives have existed for years in the form of tofu patties, gluten-based protein sausages, or even the good old-fashioned black bean burger. But these newer products have been developed to mimic the flavor and texture of meat much more closely. Some of these plant-based meats perform surprisingly well on taste tests and even look a lot like the meat they're trying to replace. They also have a significantly reduced carbon footprint, even if they're comparable to meat in terms of their nutritional value. This means that they may not be healthier for us, but they're healthier for the environment. Lab-grown meat is another relatively recent innovation. By taking a small muscle sample from a real animal, scientists can extract stem cells from the tissue and then replicate them in a laboratory setting, effectively growing real meat. The result is meat, only it doesn't come from an animal. Other research and development teams are working on creating a viable dairy substitute too. Plant-based dairy substitutes have existed for a long time, things like soy milk and almond milk. But these products don't act like dairy in all applications because they lack the same protein structure of cow's milk. But someday soon, we might have a product that replicates the protein structure of dairy, giving us a lab-made product that we can use in all of the ways we might be using cow's milk. Other innovative teams are experimenting with protein sources from more traditional but also more sustainable sources. Several companies have started making products that utilize insect protein. This actually isn't a new technology. 2.5 billion people around the world regularly eat insects. But the processing and packaging is novel. You might have no idea you're eating insects at all. If these innovative products can replace a significant portion of our animal-related protein consumption, they stand to have a large positive environmental impact because the production of animal protein for human consumption has such an immense impact on our planet. But we can also learn a lot about sustainability from the ways of our grandparents and great-grandparents. They cooked meals at home using mostly fresh local ingredients. They often grew their own food in a small home garden. They ate smaller portions, less meat, and they tried not to waste their food. But while we keep those important lessons in mind, we may also need to partially rely on innovations in food science and technology to help us sustainably feed the billions of fellow citizens who make up our global community. By completing this course, you've already taken a meaningful step towards being a sustainable eater. So remember to do the best you can with the resources that are available to you and emphasize variety and moderation in your food choices. May the foods you eat be worthy of you and kind to our planet, and may they be made with love.